cringy clarinet habits and their solutions. When you play with bad posture, it kills your air support, it creates tension in your back and neck and other muscles, and it looks bad. Good posture is feet flat on the floor, sit at the edge of your chair so your clarinet doesn't hit the seat, sit with your back straight up, keep your chin up, look straight ahead, and bring your clarinet to you. Don't bring yourself to the clarinet. I'm just going to have some coffee before I play. Drinking or eating before you play, or while you're playing, gets food stuck in this beautiful instrument, and it can create sticky pads, and it's gross, and it makes the reed gross, so why would you want to do that to yourself? If you need to eat at some point, which you probably will need to, brush your teeth before you play. Brush your teeth just on a regular basis in general, but before you play your clarinet, brush your teeth. And also, if you need to drink anything, drink water. I apologize for the noise in the background. They're doing construction. If you move around way too much when you play, it'll affect your air support, your technique, it's distracting, and sometimes it looks funny and people will talk about you behind your back. So, calm down, sit down, play relaxed. You can be expressive with your movements, but don't overdo it. Have other people watch you just to get their feedback. Practice in a mirror if you lost all your friends because they were talking about you behind your back about your playing. And just practice sitting still. Alright, I'm gonna take a break. Don't ever leave your clarinet, ever, on its bell, because that is the easiest way for it to fall over and bend all the keys, and I've seen it happen way too many times. So, get a clarinet stand. Clarinet stands look like this. They're super easy to put together. They're actually pretty cheap too. You put them together. There. Now your clarinet won't fall over. If you need to put your clarinet down right this second and you don't have a clarinet stand, you can leave it on a chair. Put it with like the thumb rest as far down as you can so that it doesn't bend any of the keys. And if you're in a rehearsal, it's really good to just sort of like undo it in the middle and put it down carefully so that anybody who walks by your chair won't accidentally like knock into it and break the reed and break all the, Clarinets are fragile. All musical instruments are fragile, so take care of yours. Playing with your fingers super high above the keys or nowhere near the instrument is only going to create more work for you, and it's going to screw up your technique. So when you're practicing, practice in front of a mirror or do like little exercises to help you keep your fingers as close to the clarinet as possible. There's a great book by Cal Upperman, actually, that I play almost every day. Modern Daily Studies for the Clarinet, Book 1. And in it, you'll see that it has, here's the table of contents. There are 3 left-hand studies, 2 right-hand studies, chromatic, scale, a bunch of staccatos, grace notes, octaves, chord study, and etudes. It's mainly this side that I would recommend, the left hand and right hand, for keeping your fingers closer to the clarinet, because these focus on just one hand. It will improve your technique. But honestly, any method book that you have, if you just focus on your hand position and your wrist movement and your finger movement, it'll work. And practicing in front of a mirror will show you how much you're actually lifting your fingers away from the keys. And sometimes it's a little bit surprising. It's really annoying sitting next to somebody who plays with the air escaping out of the sides of their embouchure, so don't be that person. When you're playing and you can feel the air coming out of the sides of your mouth, it usually means that your embouchure is getting tired, so take a break. If you're in a rehearsal, maybe like pull it back a little bit to save your chops, or if you have a big rehearsal coming up, you might want to take like a nice long break before the rehearsal from any playing so that your chops don't get tired. Yeah, I mean, I only read clarinet books because I'm the best clarinetist that there ever was. Wait, how many times have you played in Carnegie Hall? Oh, right, none. Yeah, I studied with a bunch of people in the Boston Symphony Orchestra and a bunch of world-renowned soloists and, like, took master classes with, like, only the best musicians on the face of the planet. Wait, you've never heard of the Mozart Clarinet Concerto? Seriously? Wait, you've never heard of Mahler 1? I've played that symphony, like, 1,000 times. I mean, Sabina Meyer's okay, but, like, I only listen to Harold Wright. Don't be the pretentious, opinionated person. It's annoying, and it will make people not want to play music with you or be your friend. Instead, share your knowledge and experiences with other people. Maybe make a YouTube video. And if you're less judgmental and more open about your experiences and your knowledge, maybe somebody else who knows something that you don't know will share something with you, like a tip or a piece that you've never heard of, but just be open of other people's experiences and just be a nice person. Crap. Don't let your swab get stuck in your clarinet. Figure out which way is the best way to swab your clarinet. Some people go in through the barrel, some people go in through the bell, some people get it stuck right in the middle. What I would recommend is either a microfiber swab, but I've gotten this stuck in my clarinet before and I've almost ruined a performance. So I would suggest silk swabs. Pulls right through, pretty easy. Don't let your swab get disgusting. Hand wash it with laundry detergent, just a little bit. Don't use softener. Let it air dry. It might be a little stiff, but if you like crinkle it around your hands a little bit, it will go back to its normal swabby state. And if it's really, really bad, just toss it and get another one. And while I'm on the topic of swabs, swab out every single time you play your instrument. Like, that should be common knowledge by now, but, you know, I understand, like, you just finished rehearsal, you gotta get lunch before you get to your next rehearsal. Take the 30 seconds and just swab out your clarinet. That way you don't have to worry about pads getting sticky, about it just being gross, about damaging your instrument, because that'll happen. You'll damage your instrument, and then you'll have to get a new one, and it's expensive, and I'm trying to talk over the construction happening outside! Alright, well, I'm done practicing. I'm gonna just go ahead and put my clarinet away. Don't leave your reed on your mouthpiece. That might be obvious, but when you leave your reed on your mouthpiece, you're damaging everything. You keep the tension in the ligature, which is not good for the ligature, or the mouthpiece. You are not giving the mouthpiece a chance to air dry, and the reed is going to warp and get moldy if you leave it on there. So practice with good posture, don't be pretentious, take care of your instrument, and practice smart.